He's now temple president in Berlin, just 21 years old. He came up in Krishna consciousness now. So I had this guy like trying to train him a little bit. So he went to this class. And the preacher told him, you have to practice at least for 30 years before you can start preaching. And you have to practice impeccably. And so a few other things, like chanting, who knows how many numbers of rounds, you know. And the kid came back completely confused because he never heard anything like that from me. You know, I'm like, come on, I have to pay the rent, the temple, let's find out how we get people to the Sunday feast, and have a different concern, you know, because when you open temples, you want to keep them open, you better find out how to do that, because nobody else is going to tell you, poor Maharaj, your temple just closed, you know, can you please come and explain to us why that temple closed? So I was very upset. So in this sense, you know, who's going to give the instruction? Who's taking the responsibility? Who's ready for the next installment? All that. We have to know. We have to learn how to appreciate that. It's all the grace, the descent of grace to us. Then, when I joined the movement, I don't think Prabhupada cheated me. I joined at 10 o'clock at night. And the next day at 11 o'clock, I was out on Sankirtan with the book bag around my shoulder, with a few leaflets inside, and temple president told me, you give that to the people, you say, please give a donation for our temple. I said, the donation, I think I wanted to give up money, I thought. I'm on my hippie philosophy, you know, no more money ever, you know. And now the next day I was asked to ask donations, and he says, yes, if they give for Krishna, then this is for their spiritual advancement. And I accepted, okay. Because I knew I wasn't going to beg around so that I have an easy life. So, and that was my beginning on Sankirtan, and it never stopped. So I don't think Prabhupada cheated me. He didn't say, hey, wait a second, you're a young guy, now at first 3 years, study Bhagavatam only. No? Or like that, no. It was the real life which gives you the feeling of the real need. And this is where we really grow. Mother is not trained to be mother. She gets pregnant and they have this little baby all of a sudden, you know, and she better figure out what to do with it, no? Huh? She said, but nobody gave me a course. So what? You're a mother and here's the baby. Shut up. Figure out the rest. You didn't take a course before you got a baby, no? I think it's much more difficult to take care of a baby than it is to go out and sell a few books of your spiritual master and invite a few people for a Sunday feast. Okay, any other question? You want to send me to second, right? Who? Huh? They have to come to Zagreb if they want to hear it.
Ich übersetze.
Yes.
What can I do? I have class. I also heard this, what you said, Maharaj, that first we have to study, then go to preach. So I was very much frightened with this, because I want to so much preach, but I already know that I don't have qualifications. So I also don't want to mention names, but one sannyasi told me, no, it's not like this. We first have to qualify ourselves, then we have to go to preach. And then I read one sentence of Srila Prabhupada. He told, whatever you know, you preach. He said like this. So then I was thinking what to do, preach or not to preach. Anyway, it was so strong from his side, so I do such arrangements for outside preaching. Also, I don't have qualification. And also, I want to add that I am very much happy that you came, because when I first hear you in India, I realized Maharaj is a real preacher, because he's so enthusiastic. It was very nice. Thank you, Maharaj, for coming here.
Thank you for having us here.
But Maharaj, I have a question.
Please.
What if I preach, but I preach with the false intent, with my false ego? What kind of result will go out? I preach for Srila Prabhupada, but with my false ego, I want to be the big devotee, a big preacher. I want to make a lot of money, make big temples, so there will be big, more, and thousands of people come to see me and my temple and everything, you know, because I'm a big guy, very clever, very good. I make a lot of money, and I have the biggest temple and the most follower coming to me. What is this? And I'm preaching.
Well, thank you very much for this beautiful question. It's really a concern. Patishta Vishta Sukharavishta. Sanatana Goswami said, if you preach with the wrong mentality, that is worse than the stool of a hawk. That mentality will be hit, slapped in the face. This is not appropriate, but it doesn't diminish the importance of preaching whatsoever. Neither does it diminish the right to be enthusiastic and to really go for it when you feel Guru wants you to go for it. Like now, in the case of having a little flat like this for preaching, you can see it's obviously a temple, you know. Now this is absolutely spectacular, and the preparation, as a matter of fact, you know, I give a class every day twice, and every time I sit down I have not the slightest idea what I'm going to talk about that day. I have zero preparation, I have no time to prepare, I'm preparing other things. And every time, whatever comes, I'm listening to it too, and I'm pretty satisfied that the fact is that there is a message which carries acute value. There is a message which is, it's tangible, it's appreciable, it's applicable. People can apply it if they wish to. So, because I also try to apply it to myself. So if anything of those things which you just mentioned are dominating, then Krishna will also take his measures. But even those people he will utilize. If somebody has a wrong side vicious in his mentality, but he's on another side in the right place. So very easily Krishna may utilize him very well for many things. I always have to think of Mario Pepas. That's a very strange fellow from Colombia. Mario was a drug addict. He used to take pills from the pharmacy. And he was our most successful preacher. It's unbelievable how many devotees are living even today in the movement preached by him. Because he couldn't give up the drugs because he didn't do what he had to do, but he was feeling so terrible about it. And he told everybody, you have to go there, that place is just amazing, you know, this is the way to get out. And as a matter of fact, I mean, every Sunday feast, without a fail, there were 5-6 people he sent. And many of them became devotees. Mario himself never made it. I don't even know where he's now, maybe dead or something.